Pirates. It's Major League Baseball 2K11.
We get ready for baseball. PNC Park, home of the Pirates, is our location today. A bat that means business. Andrew McCutcheon. He'll get a chance to put some numbers up on the board today. Thank you for joining us, Major League Baseball, presented by 2K Sports, Thursday afternoon game. The starting pitcher, Scott Olson. Steve, getting ready for this ball game. What do you think he's prepared to do against this Florida team?
A good-looking lefty on the mound right here against a lineup that can put some runs up on the board. So pretty even matchup. So it's going to come down to which side executes better than the other. Oftentimes we say good pitching can beat good hitting.
Here's the lineup for the Marlins. John, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, you always want to keep an eye on Chris Coughlin, a guy that can do a lot of things with the bat. Not a lot of power, but he puts the ball in play and makes things happen at the top of the order for this team.
Play ball! A shot up the middle. They take care of that one. The Pirates defensively will look like this. And scouting those fielders, John.
Well, speed in the outfield is a great asset, Gary, and Jose Tabata has that. Great range, great throwing arm, can help your team win in so many different ways. A valuable asset to have.
And Infante's batting. Base is empty, one out. Olson gets set and delivers. Foul! Swung on and fouled away. Swings, hits this one in the air down the right field line. This one beyond him. It's going to be extra bases. He's heading for third. He throws. No, they do not get him. He's safe at third. This one comes in from right field. This is the longest throw on the diamond, and he almost got him.
Well, when he hit it into right field, he made a decision himself that he could go three. He went hard around first, turned up into second gear, and cruises into third base.
Hanley Ramirez, runner at third, one out.
Well, you can't find a lot of silver linings for the Pirates in 2010, but the one thing is they finished just a game under 500 at home at PNC Park last year.
Cutter misses badly, 1-0. Steve was talking about at PNC Park for the Pirates, only a game below 500. You're looking for some bright lights to grow with.
And, you know, if they can win at home, Pittsburgh's a good baseball town. People will come out and support this team. They have some good young talent. They're headed in the right direction. You just wonder, when is it going to all come together?
And a check by the catcher into the dugout. He's got the sign. They're going to issue the free pass here.
And I can see they're thinking, in this situation, this may be, in fact, the less risky proposition.
And Mike Stanton will be looking to drive in one here.
Well, Mike Stanton made a big splash in June of 2010, coming up to the big leagues, and to me, he's here to stay. The legendary power in his bat is already making the rounds.
I think Ramirez has got to be thinking about moving in this situation.
Good pitch from Olson. That one swung on and missed. They're talking about the power in his bat. How about Stanton? He had a minor league home run estimated at 550 feet. That cleared the scoreboard at the stadium.
And if you want to watch something, you got to come out and watch this kid take batting practice. He has light tower power. He hits them about as far as anybody I've ever seen.
And he changed up for the strikeout, 2 away.
Well, he keeps the runners right where they are, so now he's just an out away from working his way out of danger and keeping this game tied.
And Gabby Sanchez will stand in, 2 away. Lifetime record, 1 for 5 off Olson. On the way. First pitch way out of the zone, ball 1.
Well, he missed with the first pitch, so I'm betting he's going to come back with the fastball right here, as he's done in the past.
And that's over for a strike. 1-1.
Gary, he's unusually aggressive when the count goes to 1-1, figuring he's going to try to get that pitch over the plate, and I'm going to swing.
One pitch is a circle change. That hits the target. 1-2.
Gary, if I'm the pitcher in this situation, I'm going with slider. He struggles with it, and it's one of my better out pitches.
Pitch out. Nothing was on, though. Tough pitch to lay off that time. Full count, 3-2.
Well, that right there is a really good pitch. Just missing the outside corner. Give the batter a lot of credit, though. That is one of the toughest pitches to lay off of. That hard fastball away.
And that misses. Ball 4. Now you got the sacks full.
Well, the hardest thing to do when you have an at-bat that lasts this long is sometimes you have a tendency to be impatient and chase one. Give the hitter a lot of credit. It was a close pitch, but he laid off of it to earn that walk.
Logan Morrison at the plate, 2 down. Steve, we talk about game-turning situations. This is one of them.
No question about that. Things can change completely right here.
Here's the pitch. Called strike, outer half of the plate, 0-1. Good hard cutter in for a called strike.
The pitcher's got him right where he wants him now. Up ahead, 0-2. He could waste a pitch if he wants to.
There's a swing and a liner. That's in there. Credit Morrison with a hit. A run scores. And Ramirez scores 2. And he's there at second ahead of the play. A couple of RBIs on that swing. Let's see what that does for their win expectancy graph. Get to take a look at one here that probably should have ended at first base.
Well, he had the burners on coming out of the batter's box and rounding first base. Great aggressiveness on his part. He didn't let up, and he gets in safely.
No indecision when he got to first base.
That's how you get in safely to second.
And it's Buck batting. Now, Steve, they've got the edge right now. They're getting some big runs at an important part of the game. Trying to salt it away early.
And Gary, you can never underestimate the importance of an early lead. It can allow the pitcher to go right at the hitters and pitch with confidence.
You have 2 outs here in the inning, only need 1 more. The last thing you want is a big 2-out hit. They're not going to chance it with this guy.
Yeah, but I don't understand this. You've already got 2 outs in the inning, and this guy isn't one of the better hitters in the game. Go at him, challenge him, show something.
And we've got Bonifacio batting. And when you got the bases loaded like this is the opportunity you look for in a game. It may not come again.
Well, when you have a lead, you want to keep adding to it. A big opportunity here to spread the margin.
Bases are loaded with 2 down. Swing and a miss on a ball out of the zone.
Got to really credit the way this offense is working the count here in the first inning. They understand the game decided by middle relievers today. They may get this starter out early.
Line drive fouled off towards first. Struck out, and he works out of big trouble. Limited damage. Great offense early. First inning sees the first 2 runs of this game. The Marlins on top, 2-0. We'll get to see Chris Volstad pitching. For Florida, he'll be starting. And Steve will be focusing here. Pittsburgh hitters, how about his thoughts?
About 6'8", 225 pounds, Chris Volstad is a presence on the mound. But with that, at times it's difficult for him to work down the mound and get the bottom of the strike zone. When he's up in the zone, his pitches flatten out and he can get hit.
He watches that fastball. It'll even up the count at 1-1.
Well, the pitcher going for that hole in most hitters' swing, up and in. He found that strike zone with a four-seam fastball, and he couldn't get to it.
One on the way. Fastball gets away from him there. 2-1.
Listen, he's not one to get too fancy. 2-1 count. He's going to come with a fastball. I'm betting on it.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, McCutchen. Infante, he lengthens himself. Throws in time to first. What a play. He makes a terrific play and a fine throw.
Well, this should have been a base hit. The hitter thought the ball was going through, but a tremendous effort keeping it in the infield and getting the out.
And Tabita's coming up to the plate.
A very young Marlins team in 2010 played close to 500 baseball. They have great talent, and from day to day, somebody can carry the team. They just need more consistency.
There's a swing and a ground ball. And he pulls into first base with that base hit. There's one down here. Well, the names for the young Marlins squad, like Hanley and Stanton, a little more help there, and who knows?
Well, listen, Gabby Sanchez at first base. They've got some talent. They've got some pieces here. They need some power. They need a big power bat, and if the bullpen can come together, they can compete this season.
Tabata's running at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be hit foul. Long fly ball left side.
Ball.
And he'll leave that one alone, Neil Walker, and he lets it go, and it'll even the count. Lifetime numbers, 2 for 5 off Chris Volstad. This is in the air, straight away left. That's 2 gone. Right now we've got a moment to look at the lineup for the Pirates. Thoughts, John? Anybody stand out?
But one of the more exciting young players to come along in a long time, Pedro Alvarez. Unbelievable glove at third base, the size that you want for a guy to hit in the middle of your lineup, and just enough cockiness to get the job done on an everyday basis.
Got a chance to check out the Marlins now. Here's how they'll look defensively. So, John, any individual stand out?
Well, anytime Mike Stanton's on a baseball field, you will stand up and take notice. A gifted athlete, 6'5", former football player. This guy can do a lot of things. Very athletic, very great arm, a strong throwing arm. Sometimes accuracy is a problem, but I tell you, Mike Stanton's one of the best you'll see in the game of baseball.
With good speed now at first base, Gary, they're going to have to at least keep an eye on him. Even though they've got the lead, they've got to watch him because they might try to steal to get back into this game.
Ready with a 1-0. There's a swing. Fly ball down the line and left. And it drops in for a base hit. He'll hold there at second base, crediting with a double. Get to take a look at one here that probably should have ended at first base.
Well, he had the burners on coming out of the batter's box and rounding first base. Great aggressiveness on his part. He didn't let up, and he gets in safely.
No indecision when he got to first base.
That's how you get in safely to second.
And Lyle Overbay in. Only a 178 career average against Florida. Alvarez is at second. Tabata's on at third. First pitch, fastball, 0-1.
He looked like he was looking for a pitch out over the plate. That fastball down and in locked him up a little bit.
Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a high drive down the left field line. Gone. Goodbye, a 3-run shot. They trail by 2 runs, a 3-run shot.
A great piece of hitting right there. He turns on that one, rotates the hips, and drives the ball.
And that's going to give them the lead here, and an early lead.
I'm going to see if they can tack on a few more here in the first to put the pressure on. Now, Pirates getting to the pitching right now, Gary, and you have to wonder how much pressure he's feeling here as this offense just seems to keep on rolling.
Base is empty with 2 outs. Swung on and hit this one towards Coghlan. And that'll get him aboard. They're on a roll. And they will tag him out at second. Very tough inning for Volstad. He's given up 1 home run in the ballgame. And it'll be the Marlins coming right up. End of the order, ready to do some work at the plate. And in the batter's box, it's Murphy.
Well, pinch hitter entering the game right now. The game is officially over. That's the end of the line for the pitcher today.
And this is bounced foul to the left side. And he fouls off another one. There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. 1 away. And it's Coghlan batting.
Well, and after a stunning 2009 season where he won the Rookie of the Year, a sophomore slump turned really ugly for Chris Coghlan.
Base is empty with 1 away. And the first pitch. Called strike. Olson's got him 0-1. Boy, for Coghlan to come out of the gates after a great year slow and then you get injured. I mean, what a disastrous year for him.
Well, what was a disaster was the way he got injured. The pie in the face. He put a pie in a teammate's face and kind of strained his knee, had to have surgery. Tell you what, front offices don't like that when a young player gets hurt.
Here's the pitch. Good spot that time. Hit that outside corner. 1-2.
Well, now that he's ahead in the count here, Gary, I think he's going to utilize that changeup to try to get a swing and a miss.
This one's grounded near third. Foul. And Chris Coghlan looks at that one for a ball to even it up.
When you throw a breaking ball like this, you want to start it on the corner and break it off the zone, trying to get the hitter to chase. The hitter didn't take the bait here.
That misses below the knees. That'll run us to the full 3-2 count.
This cut fastball is a very effective pitch for this guy because it allows him to set up all of his other pitches.
3-2 on the way. That misses ball 4. The potential tying run on base.
Well, you just saw a great deal of plate discipline right there on the hitter. Maybe a little fatigue on the pitcher's part. They're not used to throwing that many pitches in one at bat, but the hitter wins it and gets that base on balls.
He tripled and scored last time through. One out, man on first. First pitch. Sliders in there, no balls and a strike. Career numbers 412 against Scott Olson. He delivers. Swing and a miss at that fastball. No balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, that's some kind of fastball down in the zone right there. The hitter has to be ready for it or he's got no chance to hit it.
And it goes foul. Infante hits it on the ground. Boy, what an opportunity here for Florida. Steve, looked like that was a strike. Ball was up high, but I think in the zone.
Well, up and away, but on an 0-2 count, you're thinking, I need to make contact. Exceptional job of eye-hand coordination.
And Hanley Ramirez to bat. Last time he walked and then came around to score. Runners on first and second with one out. Good pitch from Olson. That one swung on and missed.
Well, if he threw a fastball right there, he might send a souvenir to the crowd. Problem was he got the changeup and didn't connect.
A strike, and Ramirez is going to have to be careful here of the K. Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball. 1-2.
Oh, Gary, he's got such an effective fastball. He likes to use it. And, 1-2 count. He doesn't like to mess around. Look for him to go right at him with the heater.
Pitch on the way. Good patience. Hanley Ramirez letting it go by. Count is even.
Well, good movement on the cutter there, but he's got to get the ball down in the zone. He can get hurt with hitters throwing it up there.
Ramirez will foul that one away. And Ramirez fights off yet another during this at bat.
Well, anytime an at-bat gets extended like it has, you have to foul off tough pitches, and that right there, that slider, was a tough pitch to foul off. But give the hitter credit, he's staying alive.
The 3-2 pitch. Ramirez will foul that one away.
Well, the pitcher has to be thinking, what do I have to do? Eighth pitch of the at-bat, he makes a great pitch, and the hitter just gets enough of it to foul tip it.
Able to set him down there. Chalk that one up as a strikeout for him.
Got him to chase that ball down and away. Good pitch, not real good execution by the hitter. Everyone on the edge of their seats. Mike Stanton coming up. Now, he can swing and miss. He's got to find a way to make contact right here. Big showdown. But, Gary, he struggles with runners on base, so look for them to go right at him at the plate now.
2 men on and 2 men out. First pitch on the way to Stanton. Called strike. Olson's got him 0-1.
Now, when he's behind in the count, he's just not a good fastball hitter, so I expect him to attack him with the fastball.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit by Stanton. And Tabit is there. That'll do it as they put that one away. They pick up no runs on a hit, and they leave 2 on. Pirates 3, Marlins 2. Snyder at the plate. And it'll be Edward Mojica doing the pitching. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm. Swung on and ripped towards second. In there, and this is going to be trouble. It rolls all the way to the wall. Snyder heads for third. And the throw. And safe at third with plenty of time.
Well, this is the way you want to kick off an inning right here. He hits the ball right out of the box. He's thinking triple, and that's what he gets.
We're going to see Cedeno here. Runner in scoring position at third, no one out. Fastball is downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
That two-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. 1, because it gets ground ball outs, but 2, it sets up his other pitches.
Here's the 1-0. Swung on, lined over the first baseman's head. It gets down, and Snyder will cross the plate. There's the throw. They apply the tag. He is out at third.
Solid approach at the plate. Got a pitch that he could do something with it, that he could handle, and he picks up an RBI. Good job.
Nobody on base, one away. And that's in there at the letters for a strike. And you get a feeling, even though it's early in this ball game, that every run in this one is going to matter.
Well, that's why they have to look to keep tacking on runs, try to sustain the lead. When you've got an opportunity like this, you need a big hit.
Good patience as Domit lets that one go by for a ball, and the count is even.
Well, Domit was a guy that after 2008, the Pittsburgh Pirates thought he was going to be a middle-of-the-lineup breakout player. Right now, though, it hasn't worked out for him.
A little too much action there, and it's 2-1. Well, for Ryan Domit, it's got to be a real question time in his career. In a couple of years, which he's not been able to do anything close to that first campaign, guys.
You know, the Pirates signed him to a multi-year contract with the idea he'd be a power-hitting catcher, and they desperately need power. They can't buy it in the free agent market. They need their own players to hit home runs.
Morrison makes the play. 2 away.
Now the hitter just out in front of this one, causing him to lift the ball to the outfield. The left fielder makes an easy play.
And here's a shot for Andrew McCutchen. It comes with 2 down. He's got a .295 career batting average off Florida. Get the new count on McCutchen. Here it comes. Fastball just misses. 1-0.
When you throw a two-seam fastball, you want a ground ball, which means you want to throw it to the bottom of the zone. This pitch up could come back to cost him later in the game.
The 1-0 pitch. Good cut fastball in there. 1-1. He deals. Ooh, tough to lay off there, but it's 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Line towards first. Into the corner, likely extra bases. This one finds its way around, rolling all the way to the wall. McCutchen going towards third. Safe at third. Here's an outstanding throw. Right fielder made a long throw to get this out.
Now, when he rounded second base, it was clear it was going to be a race. Is the man going to get there or the ball going to get there? The man got there. Jose Tabata coming up to the plate right now, and really the pressure on him to deliver for his team.
McCutchen's on at third. Here's the first pitch. Cutter just misses. 1-0. Called strike away, and it's even at 1.
But Gary, the numbers seem to indicate he likes to go fastball on a 1-1 count, trying to get back ahead again.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, line to right field. That's down. Runner could come home.
A perfect situational hitting. This is exactly the time you want to go the other way.
And what we're talking about is taking the ball where it's pitched. It's outside, go the other way. And in the batter's box, it's Walker. Well, they've definitely got a rhythm going right now. Each player feeding off the other.
Boy, so many quality at-bats for this offense. The pitcher has to make a pitch here and slam this door shut, or this could get away from him.
2 outs and a man on first. The pitch. Watches a fastball that's in there. 0-1. Steve, absolutely right. They can't afford to give up too many more here. This thing's going to disappear from them.
And from the offense's perspective, hey, if they're making mistakes, capitalize on it because you just don't know what's going to happen later in the game. Let's see what he does here.
Hit in the dirt. Bonifacio. He'll throw one to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. So they pick up 4 hits in the inning and 2 runs across. Pittsburgh on top by 3. And Sanchez is batting. And on the mound, we've got Joe Hanrahan. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one.
When you're facing a guy like a Joe Hanrahan, the one thing that you have to do as a hitter is you have to be very patient with him. He has a tendency to get behind in counts and walk a lot of hitters. But when he does throw the ball in the strike zone, he can be very difficult to hit. So you got to be aggressive, but you also have to be patient with him. That's a tough thing to do.
And here's the delivery. Good slider that time. Ruled the ball. 1-2.
But if you're going to miss, this is where you want to miss. Throw that breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone. If the hitter swings and puts it in play, it's a ground ball out.
Back up the middle. Mercy. That is right at the pitcher. You got to hope he's all right. 1 away. You talk about a friend in need. They team up and get the out. Wow. All right, let's watch as Morrison comes to the plate. Base is empty with 1 away. And here's the first one. There's a swing and a smash. And it's going to be McCutchen. No problem for him as he gets that out. And it's Buck batting. Walked in his last plate appearance. Two outs, base is empty. Swing and lined up the middle. And it's through. Base hit for Buck. And that will bring Emilio Bonifacio to the plate.
Well, you know the pitcher was hoping to get that 3-up, 3-down inning. Little bit of a breather inning, but that single will extend this one a bit here.
Struck out swinging last time. Runner on first, 2 away. First pitch to him. Swung on grounder. This might be it. And on to first for out number 3, and that's going to do it.
Well, they treated their hometown crowd to a phenomenal pitching performance in this one. A big win on the shoulders of their pitchers.
I think you'll agree we have got the perfect choice in this one for our player of the game. No question, Lyle Overbay, the difference maker in this one.
When a lot of guys hit meaningless home runs that don't decide the game, have nothing to do with the outcome of the game, but not in this one. He had only that 1 hit, but that home run sealed the deal for his team. And you can't find a more appropriate reason to be named the player of the game.
And Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
And we hope you've enjoyed today's 2K Sports broadcast of Major League Baseball. For Steve, John, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Gary Thorne. We will see you soon.